Kia ora and good morning everyone. It's Munib from Social Driving Academy, and today I have Leeja here with me for a full mock driving test. Good morning, Leeja.
Good morning, Munib.
So you're on your full conditional license and you're getting ready for your full license test.
Yeah, that's
and I believe you're booked in for that as well, right?
Yeah, that's
cool. And you've had your license since 2017, your full conditional?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
yeah, so that's about a good 5 years or so, even a little bit longer. What sort of driving have you been doing so far?
Just with supervised drivings for the small, the pocket roads and the pocket roads.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. So like from home to work and work to home, that sort of thing, grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the households.
And have you been driving all of that time since 2017? You've been driving more or less?
Not so frequent, but recently I'm just driving very frequent than the other years.
So in the last 6 months or so, you've been pretty regular with your driving?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Will that be your first attempt at the test, the 13th?
Yeah, that will be the first one.
Cool. So in terms of the format of the test, you'll go and sit inside, you'll wait for your name to be called, and then you'll do some admin with the instructor, with the testing officer, I should say. Do please give them your email address so that they can then send the report through to you. It's really important that you get your report, good or bad, whatever, but then you've got that feedback. And then you'll come outside and they'll check your lights, they'll check your front, they'll check your back, your indicators. Sometimes they'll ask some questions when they're on the inside. They might ask you to sound the horn, show them where the indicators are, show them where the handbrake is, so that's things that you should be familiar with. And also that, if your windows fog up, now that we're going into winter, you should know how to defog the windows, when it's raining or when it's cold, using the air conditioning controls. Cool. So besides that then, the test is about a 30-minute appointment, so about a 20-25 minute drive, left turns, right turns, roundabouts, maybe change lanes, no reverse parallel park, no 3-point turn. So that's lucky, I guess, with the full license test. So our mock test will be similar. I'll give you directions, left turn, right turn. I'll also give you some feedback as we drive along. That's not something that they will do. They will only give you the feedback at the end. Do you have any questions before we begin?
No.
Okay, cool. So whenever you're ready then, Leeja, I'll get you to exit out this way.
This way.
And then at the end of the driveway, we'll turn left.
Yeah, sure. Shall we?
Yep, whenever you're ready. Cool. And you can also see your gear there as well. Right in the middle of the console, you've got the big D. So that means drive, so you're good.
Okay.
At the end of the driveway, turn left. At the end of the road, turn left. At the next street, turn right.
This turn?
Yes, please. Slow, yep. So just going into your corners, just a little bit of slowing down before. the end of the road, turn right. At the next street, turn left. At the end of the road, let's turn around. Here, Leeja, because you're doing a U-turn, you have to also check your blind spot
Okay.
when you're going around to the right, you know?
Okay, yeah.
At the end of the road, turn left. At the next street, turn left.
Yeah.
And remember to also check your mirrors after you've come out of the turn,
Yeah.
before and after any change. At the next street, turn right.
Is it okay if we turn off the AC?
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Might get a bit warm. Should we wind the window down a little bit then? There we go.
Yeah.
At the end of the road, turn right. At the next intersection, straight through. Still need to give way?
Yep.
Yep. Keeping left. At the end of the road, turn right. roundabout straight ahead. At the end of the road, turn right. Good. In terms of that, Leeja, like when both lanes are free, then you can go direct into your lane. It's only when the left would not be free, then you would move into the flush median.
Okay.
At the next street, turn right. All the way to the end of the road and then turn left. At the end, yeah. But you can start to position yourself to the left some more. At the traffic light, turn left. Straight ahead. Good. There too, though, you would also check your blind spot.
Yeah.
So anytime that you're moving from side to side, you would check your blind spot. You're doing the U-turn at the dead end, or you're moving into a flush median, changing lanes, merging. As the lane splits into two, keep to the right.
Okay.
and straight ahead. And at the traffic light, turn right.
Okay.
When safe, let's change lanes to the left.
Mm-hmm.
When safe, let's change lanes to the right. Don't forget that blind spot check as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. At the traffic light, turn right. Yeah. before
Yeah.
before you change lanes, of course. Otherwise, if you realize there's a car there, then there's no escaping the car then.
Yeah.
So the best sort of sequence would be that you indicate, check your mirrors, check your blind spot, and take your time. You know, when the instruction with the change lane instruction, take your time, or even moving into a flush median, take your time. There's no hurry. Indicate, 2 seconds, and then check your mirrors, 1 second, check your blind spot, 1 second, and that allows the whole 3 seconds of indication as well. At the roundabout, straight ahead, second exit. You do have to indicate left to exit the roundabout though. Regardless of which exit, you always have to indicate left.
Okay. So if we are going straight,
Yes.
should we need to indicate the left?
Yes.
Just right before.
Yes.
Yeah.
You always indicate left to exit, regardless of the number.
Any.
Yep.
Yeah.
The exit number. Yep. Straight ahead. Straight ahead at the roundabout, so no indication going in. Slow in, and then steer and indicate left to exit. At the roundabout, turn right, third exit. At the traffic light, turn right. There's two lanes here turning right, so come a little bit wider, Leeja. Yeah. Into the left lane, so a little bit wider, yeah. Because there's two lanes turning right there. Imagine a large vehicle on the right, and if they're too far on the left and we're too far on the right, then we want to avoid them.
Yes.
So we try and go wider. At the traffic light, turn left. And then let's turn right into the VTNZ using the second driveway on the right.
Yeah.
This one, yeah. Stay a little bit more left, Leeja. Yep, making sure that you're left of the center line there. Okay, cool. Cool. And yeah, you can park anywhere on the right or just where we were. Keep reversing, Leeja, if you like. Yeah, you know, use that backward space while you're already in the momentum of reversing, and then that way you can position yourself so that you can go straight into that parking spot without too much more maneuvering forward, you know. Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right, you're welcome to go ahead and turn the engine off. Oh, sorry, Edmund, I forgot that you were in the back. Okay, cool. All right, so we're back now. That was about a 20-25 minute drive, I think, and that's probably about the length of the full license test. So I thought we'd come back here and do a bit of a debrief. How do you think that went?
Yeah, some faults were there.
Yeah.
Because blind spot checkings.
Yeah, yeah.
And somewhere I have make it overspeed.
Overspeed, yep, yeah, you were hitting the 55.
Yeah.
I should have turned my audio beeper alarm thingy off.
Yeah.
But with the 55, it's if you drive for longer than 5 seconds for more than 5 Ks above the speed limit, then that's a critical error.
Oh,
So if you hit it, touch it, and then you come back down, then that's acceptable still.
all right.
But of course, you know, you ideally want to maintain the speed limit. You know, you don't even want to hit the 55. But the rule is that if it's more than 5 seconds, then that's a critical error. 10 Ks over the speed limit, once you hit it, then that's an immediate fail. But 5 Ks over the speed limit, it's more than 5 seconds, then it's a critical error. Cool. Anything else? So the blind spot checks and the speed control.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because it's a new car. So you're still getting used to the accelerator, the braking, especially with that first corner there. You know, you went into the corner without slowing down, and because we were so fast, we were ended up in the middle of the road. Anything else?
Maybe lack of getting into these references, the mirror checks.
Yeah, the blind spot checks. Which references? Sorry.
The mirror checks.
Oh, the mirror checks.
Maybe.
Yes. So the mirror checks before and after any maneuver, any change, then check your mirrors frequently. I guess a few other things, but those were mainly kind of it there. Anything that you picked up on,
Edmund?
Edmund, yeah. He's got a long list, I bet.
No, I think the braking is a sudden braking.
Sudden brakes.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Is the braking any better in your guys' own car? Or is it about the same?
No, braking seems like a little bit smoother than
a little
this.
bit smoother. Okay, cool. Yeah, generally those were sort of like the big themes. The blind spot checking, and then there was also a little bit about Edmund. If you want, you can sort of squeeze over to the middle. So these are just some general comments, and the blind spot checking was definitely a bit of a theme there. The mirror checking, it could be a bit more consistent. So more mirror checking, and also checking your blind spot when you go to reverse. So here, you know, when we've reversed, check both your blind spots. Then the lane positioning. So sometimes, like for example, if you're driving, there's a few comments I've got in the other area there. Like for example, when we're unmarked road, stay left. So when there's no center line, you know, just try and stay left. One of the intersections there, when we went to do a right turn, and the line was probably a little bit faded. It's very hard to see the line. So you just have to be careful when there is no line that you don't go over what would be the middle of the road. Then you'd want to go a little bit wider, and I can show you where that was. So cut corner, turning right, multiple into multiple lanes, multiple into multiple, yeah, cool. So that's where we were talking about the when there's two lanes turning right,
Keep the
into
left,
two, yeah, if you're in the
keep it
left,
wide.
then try and go wide like this. I just go straight ahead first, and then I go like this, so I don't start turning from here, you know.
Okay.
If I'm in the left lane, I'll just go straight ahead first and go straight into the lane. Then
Okay.
if I'm in the right lane, then I'll go narrow like that, you know,
Okay,
trying to
yeah.
avoid this person
Yeah,
here. Lane boundaries, there was, I think, at least one time where we were driving straight ahead, and I think there were some oncoming cars, and you went over the line here trying to avoid the oncoming. But before you would do that, you would go through the change lane process, you know. Before you thought you would need to move over to the left to avoid any oncoming risk, you'd want to make sure that there's no side risk as well. So you'd go indicate mirrors, blind spot, check, and then change lane if you have to, but otherwise stay in your lane, otherwise stay between the lines. Cool. Cool. There was just one time where you didn't indicate left to exit, but that is a critical error. You have to indicate. So just making sure that you indicate correctly. So those are just some general pieces of feedback. Some specific feedbacks here are like with the dead end, where the road ends, and you have to do a U-turn. You have to check your blind spot. So that's a critical error. Every time you don't check a blind spot, it's a critical error, and you're only allowed one critical error in the test.
Okay.
Cool. So flush median from the top of the road. When we change lanes into the flush median, you have to check your blind spot.
Okay.
So
Only
it's,
for the right side?
yes, if you're moving right, if you're indicating right, then right side. If you're moving to the left, if you're indicating left, to the left side. So that could be something you could do, you know, because it's such a theme, blind spot, blind spot, blind spot. Every time you indicate, look in the blind spot in that direction.
Sure.
Indicate, mirror, blind spot last. So that was at least twice. Once flush median from the bottom of the road, so about in the middle of the beginning of the mock test, both lanes were clear, and then you went like this, and then you kind of went like this back into the flush median when there was really no need to, because both lanes were clear.
We can straight go.
Yeah, you would go straight there, straight into your lane. But even if you did want to go use the flush median, you'd probably want to go like this, right? Like staying to the right, because you're assuming there's traffic on the left, so you would go more narrow rather than go straight and then come back in. So just about when to use and potentially maybe even positioning, like when how to move into it. But your position inside was okay. Change lanes, so multiple times we change lanes, and just making sure that you check your blind spot, and that one of them includes that time that you drifted into this lane to avoid the oncoming car, but without doing those checks. So you would do those checks as well. So I'll go like this, and I'll go indicate, mirror, blind spot. But that's about the observation really, but otherwise you would want to stay in your lane, you know. If you thought there was an oncoming risk, maybe slowing down, or maybe positioning yourself more to the left, but avoiding crossing the line until you've done the checks. Lane merge. So the second time was
Excuse me.
yes.
Got a call?
Yes. Cool. There was one time where we were changing, where we were turning right in the beginning, and I can show you where that is on the Google Maps. This line was a little bit faded, but there's a merge lane like that we can turn right into, and then these two lanes merge. So it's a little bit faded, but I'll show you where it is, and then ideally, if the right is clear and the left is free, then sorry, if the right is clear and the left is busy, you would move into the merge lane. Yeah, I'll show you where that is on the map. Cool. And then just acceleration, deceleration, cornering, the lane choice, the merge lane that I just talked about there, and then the positioning stuff that we've already talked about. So I guess a couple of critical errors there, mostly around the not checking your blind spot, the not indicating for this merge. I'll show you where that was, and not indicating for the roundabout at least, and that time that we moved into the left lane without checking our indicator mirror blind spot. So multiple lane, I guess I'll call this positioning. So I guess there was a couple of things here in terms of making sure that you're staying in your lane, and then that if you are changing lanes, that you go through your lane change process. Cool. Yeah, so a little bit of work there, Leeja. You've got a couple of weeks to go, so that's okay. I guess enough time if you focused on these aspects like on a regular basis over the next 2-3 weeks, and just focused in on them, then it should be good. Yeah, in terms of the test. Do you have any questions?
No, so far all good.
Cool. Okay. I'll email this through to you, and then we'll just carry on for a little bit we'll go for another little lap without the recording, and then we'll just see how we get on from there.
Sure.
Cool. I'll end the video now. So thank you everyone for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and send your good luck wishes to Leeja for her test in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Cool. Kia ora.